Isn't ChatGPT fun? I love using this thing and I'm so impressed. And I'm excited for the topic that we're going to be discussing here. It's how you can get ChatGPT to recommend your business. Imagine your ideal client is doing research on ChatGPT and it recommends you. I mean, wouldn't that be the dream scenario? So it's not recommending your competitor, it's not recommending a big brand, but it's recommending you. People that show up there are not there by luck, and it's not out of reach for you. In this episode, I'll show you how to naturally position yourself online so that ChatGPT will want to feature you. There are a few myths out there because AI tools like ChatGPT are pretty new, so let's just dispel some of those myths really quickly. Myth number one, AI tools pull from social media, so that's where I need to be. Now, ChatGPT is not recommending social media hardly at all. I mean, the number one website that ChatGPT refers or recommends is Amazon. So maybe there's a product that's going to help people solve their problem. The second one is Wikipedia. Wikipedia is a very good information site, so if people just want to know facts and figures, Wikipedia makes sense. Guess what number three is? Number three is YouTube. So when people are doing research on ChatGPT, isn't it cool that YouTube videos are there? And YouTube is something that you and I can control, meaning we can't really control Wikipedia that easily. We don't control Amazon products, but YouTube, which is the number one video platform and the number one content platform because it's the only content that's searchable, that gives us a huge opportunity. Myth number two, I need to write long blogs to show up in AI answers. Blogs can help with any type of search engine optimization, but what I've seen is with AI answers and with ChatGPT, if all they need is a sentence that they're going to pull from your blog, then they're just going to copy and paste that sentence and not do a really good job of giving you attribution. The reason that video works so well is for the people that really want to study something in depth, ChatGPT will actually give them the link to your video so you can watch the video, and so now they get to watch a video of you delivering that content and sharing your expertise. Now, I do find it a good practice to create a blog, but here's how I like to create a blog post. First, you do research to find the right topic. We'll talk about that in a minute. When you have the right topic, you make that video on YouTube. So you post that video to YouTube, but then you create a blog page and you put that YouTube video at the top of the page. Just embed it on that page and then take the YouTube transcript. You can even have ChatGPT rewrite it for you, but just say, here's a video transcript, write an article in my voice or write a blog post in my voice. So then you take what ChatGPT created from your transcript and put that as the text or the blog post below the video. So the different search engines, depending on what they're looking for, whether written text or whatnot, Google loves blog posts, but Google recommends YouTube videos far more than it does blog posts. But the blog post can help boost the video. Myth number three, ChatGPT is too technical, I can't do anything about it. Well, I admit, I can't comprehend how this program can work so well. I mean, the things that I've been able to do just in the past several months boggle my mind that this thing exists. So yeah, I can't even figure it out. I don't know how it works, but that's not the point. We don't need to know how it works to really leverage this. So think about it this way. If you can't comprehend how do I get this AI algorithm to pick me, well, can you figure out YouTube? Now, I can teach you YouTube. I've been teaching people how to rank at the top of YouTube for a decade now. The strategy's only gotten better since these AI tools have come about. And so what I do is I help people get their videos ranked at the very top of YouTube. And what's cool is it automatically then starts ranking at the top of Google. It shows up in the Google AI overview and it's showing up in ChatGPT now. So this is amazing. How does ChatGPT decide which businesses to recommend? Well, the reality is ChatGPT isn't looking for a business, it's looking for an expert or advice given by an expert. And so the type of content that you need to create is not content that promotes your business or promotes you or your services or talks about your company or your brand, but where you're sharing expertise, where you're solving problems. So the cool thing is you can do research to find what are the problems my target audience is facing? How are they trying to solve these problems? When they go to ChatGPT, what are they typing in? So when you can find out what your target audience is doing on ChatGPT, then you know exactly the right type of content to create. In the olden days of getting your website to rank at the top of Google, there used to be loopholes. There used to be things that you could do to trick the Google algorithm. These AI tools are much smarter, and if there are any loopholes today, which I don't know about, they're going to close very, very quickly. What I encourage you to focus on, and what's working really well for me and all of my clients, is to create really valuable content that people are searching for. So focus on the people. If you do keyword research and find what are they typing in, and you make the content that would be best for them to find, these AI tools like ChatGPT will automatically find it. It sounds crazy, but it works. Now, it certainly doesn't help when you've got a trusted source like YouTube. The YouTube search algorithm has been refined and refined and refined for decades. So when you create the right type of content, you post it to YouTube. If you get your video ranking at the top of YouTube, that's the content that is ranking at the top of ChatGPT. Also, you don't need to rank everywhere. So you don't want every user on ChatGPT to see you and to see your videos. We don't have ads there now, but maybe by the time you're watching this episode, there are ads on ChatGPT, and you might be tempted to try it. I think I'd be tempted to experiment with it. But what if when your specific audience is using ChatGPT and they're searching about challenges and questions that you're an expert at helping, imagine that that's when you appeared in front of them. In fact, imagine that anytime somebody was searching for your niche, you dominated that space on ChatGPT. That's what we're talking about. This is the pathway to get there. So I use a tree analogy with the trunk, branches, and leaves. And so the strategy that I teach is called the leaf strategy. I really want you to understand how this works. And I want to take you step by step to learn the process of how you could create the right type of videos, getting them to rank at the top of YouTube, and how you can ensure that they're showing up in ChatGPT. So I'll link to another video right there. It's called Dominate YouTube Search Step by Step. I'm excited to see you there.